Hello and welcome to Crisis of Empire. So these guys have successfully placed the holographic emitter in a secreted location, a ventilation shaft above the Thearch's bed chambers. They have um, then escaped, and of course that was all kind of uh, turned into a cluster because as they were in the middle of getting out, or actually, I guess that happened right as they were actually towards them climbing into the ventilation shaft to begin with. Um, some hitmen from Trexelon Technical Consortium came in. They evidently had intelligence stating that there was going to be some kind of infiltration of the palace, and but these guys had control of the comm systems, and so they doggedly uh, ran them around in loops for quite some time,
Uh,
until they finally were able to land. And when they did force themselves to land, these guys, particularly Salve, ordered the palace guards to that there was an infiltration taking place, and ordered them to open fire on them. And so the palace guards did exactly that. They got into a gunfight with the TTC operatives that had touched down. Meanwhile, these guys went and snuck back out the way they came in and did a free fall drop off the bottom of the palace and activated their grav belts. And so,
awesome.
and so,
That,
yeah, yes,
I felt really bad not making last game, but at the same time, I was like, I don't know how the hell they're going to do this. I'm kind of glad I'm not having to deal with it.
It was like a symphony. Everything went
That's
according
awesome.
to plan.
I'm glad I didn't
yes,
screw things up for you.
everything went according to plan. If all of the instruments in the symphony were slightly out of tune, uh, so they have dropped down with their grav belts. Now the problem, of course, with that, uh, so the grav belt has, I know there's a 12 hours of flight time before requiring recharge.
How long do they take to recharge?
Well, it's going to take a battery
Big,
system.
big battery.
Yeah. Uh, you know, you're probably, I mean, you probably could find a way of plugging it into a lower tech level um, power grid and charging it that way. You would need some parts. You would need to obviously do some jury rigging in order to make it happen. Both things,
I've got a bad electronic repair kit.
right? But you would need extra parts and whatnot. So
Yeah.
so
Oh, this
which
weapon
is what
suits.
you wouldn't have on a tech level 6 world. And for the most part, Pavabid is tech level 6. The only place where it's actually tech level 9 is in the trade enclave and the spaceport. Everybody
Yeah.
else is at tech level 6, which isn't, it's not like they're, riding around in horse-drawn carriages. So they've got cars and trucks. It's mostly a farming, agriculture, agrarian lifestyle. But they have running water, and they've got indoor plumbing, and they've got lights. So electricity is there, um, but nothing that would plug into charge, say, a grav belt. They haven't invented the USB-C charger yet, and so um, you're kind of stuck with that. I would say tech level 6, gauging it, I would say that their tech level is probably late 1950s through mid 1960s tech level. Um, so that's going to be a problem. If you imagine going back in time with your cell phone and you were in 1958, you're going to have a hard time charging your cell phone because you know
Oh, you've
especially
got nothing to use it with.
right. Well, one, there's nothing to use it with, but two, if you didn't bring your charger with you, you're going to be kind of screwed. And so uh, that's where we left off. and we'll be picking up there. So, you guys travel a fairly good. I mean, it's a fair distance. The one thing, bring this back up again. The one thing that the grav belts do not say. I guess it kind of tells you. Assuming cruise velocity of 100. Jeez. So cruise is 100 kilometers per hour. You can exceed that, but it's going to lower your distance. And so vehicle range bands at 100 kilometers. These things are considered slow. You could push it to medium, which would be 100 to 200 kilometers per hour. But there again, it's going to reduce their endurance, the battery, down by 2/3. According to this, every minute that you're going over 100 kilometers per hour. So, I mean, if you're just traveling at 100 kilometers per hour, you get a good distance between you and the floating palace. Which
how far do we need to get?
It was a long ways. Let's see. Where did the big map go? Here it is. So the red circle is where you had inserted at the palace.
7 hexes.
Yeah, and I take that back. Let me see. What does it say? So diameter is 9,760 kilometers. Originally, it said that these were 1,000-kilometer hexes, which is usually the standard. But
I mean, they're pretty close. They're just under 10K, right? Size, it's right here.
Yeah. Right. Size is 9,670. So if we maybe. Yeah, see that the 1,000 kilometers hexes is too big. So find the right thing. I'm going to say. Oh, that's what I was looking for.
So our belt packs only have 1,200 kilometers,
right,
of fuel.
Right.
So they're definitely not even going to get us out of this hex.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm going to adjust the size of the hexes. So, so this is about midway between Mars and Earth in size. I would say these are probably. Let me play with it here.
I mean, either way, we're still going to be doing a lot of walking.
Right. We each have comm dots. I've got 2 on me, not comm dots, but 2 different drones on me with 500-kilometer transceivers, which is not long enough to get us to that red circle, but it absolutely is far enough to get us into space.
How'd these other guys get here? Can we steal their ride?
That was the problem. They came down from orbit in 2 air rafts, and because of the running gun battle up above, these guys opted to not steal one of their air rafts. Not to mention the fact that their air rafts they left some guards with their air rafts, so perhaps that was wise. Try this again. Yep. So what, 350 maybe? All right, my fingers are not wanting to work. There we go. So 1 hex is 325 kilometers. which makes it
A really tiny planet.
yeah. It's not that big. So you're looking at about turn snap off 2,169 kilometers to the trade enclave and starport.
Nice.
Getting 1,200 kilometers.
So we'll want to get some distance and then walk, and then we'll need them to get over the water.
So yeah, this is more in line with what I was thinking of. So that puts you guys.
Yeah, but we're only going to want to fly to about here, and then walk and use it to just cross water.
We could go a little further south and look for a boat or something.
That's true.
Travel's restricted on this planet, isn't it? To an extent.
What's restricted?
So
Outsider travelers, particularly outside travelers.
Exactly. And so I don't know that taking a boat is really going to be helpful. I mean, I guess you could do it, but you don't want to be seen.
Yeah, I mean, we've got camo. We've got the camo outfits, which is pretty. So as long as we're staying off the beaten area, we should be pretty good. The big thing's gonna be crossing water, I think.
Do we not have any air? Do we not have air assets at all? By air, I mean space, because we have 500-kilometer transceivers, which goes well into space, off the surface, right? Surface is what, 26 miles worth of air? I don't know how many goddamn kilometers that is, but 500 kilometers distance, that gets us well into satellite range to call for an Uber.
Well, the fact is though is that so all of the ships that are in orbit currently, and there's not many.
They let us know that they told us ahead of time that exfiltration was going to be difficult.
Right. The ships that are there are either going or coming from the spaceport. Because they're not allowed to land anywhere else. And your ship, you were aboard a freight ship that had a hot dog pilot that basically shot down to the planet in a free fall in the fastest form possible, dropped you guys off, immediately took off again. They redocked with the freight ship, and the freight ship jumped. So you don't have anybody to call in orbit. Is the problem. Now, your ship, you were told that your ship would be docked at the spaceport, ready for you.
Ready to go.
You
with
have
clearance.
With clearance, and you would. So your job at this point is to make it to the spaceport and then get off planet. Go about doing whatever you'd like to do. You need to jump back to Colus first to finish out the mission, to debrief, and then you're on your way to whatever the next situation is. So, yeah.
All right, let's do it.
So you wanted to touch down somewhere like in this area. Oh, you want to touch down about here and hoof it?
Well, I'm trying to think about if we've got 1,200 kilometers of right range. I mean, if we drop down here, that's 650 kilometers, because then we want to use the rest of it for just getting over water. Right, because to get to this island, we're gonna need to basically fly over that water, and looks like there's other lakes, and so it seems like our best bet is to use about half our energy traveling as far as we can, and then walking and using it to get over the waterways.
Right.
We can get behind that. Don't forget, we also have the "Don't Fuck With Me" passes.
Right. You did download a pass that is an electronic pass that is kept on your mobile com. There is a mobile network here. It is primitive. Pretty much everybody here, they're not even using flip phones. They've got the Motorola bricks from the early 80s.
Spamming ads just nonstop.
Yeah. Yeah, there's like, there are people on the planet that have these things. Maybe like 15 people on the planet have these things. So the only people that they call is each other. Can't. They're very very open network. Does not support data transmission or anything like that. It is strictly voice. They don't even have text. But your mobile comms can connect to that network. Now, before you decide that that is something you want to do, you should probably think about that. Because
we don't want the ping coming back.
right, because they can ping and say, "Hey, wait a minute, what's that? who are these guys with that have connected to the network?" So there is that. So
Are mobile dots on closed circuit so that are they like sort of whatever encrypted? Is this signal hidden in any way?
that's a really
We
good
can
question.
still use them, right? Without getting caught.
I would think so.
Okay.
Let me. Communication. So ComDots. So yeah, the ComDot is basically just they're just Samsung earbuds. They're Apple AirPods.
Okay.
So it is connecting to
They're
your
just not
mobile.
a network, right?
Yeah, it's connected to your mobile or your mobile comm, or if you decide at some point to upgrade, and I highly recommend it, transceivers, which essentially can be the same thing. Or at least they used to. I'm looking at transceivers. Interesting. It used to be that they listed that transceivers of a particular tech level, like tech level 10 or higher, basically acted as computer/1, and I don't see that anymore. Oh, transceiver. They put it in a new section, transceiver options. All right.
Yep.
So yeah, your ComDot just basically connects those, just like that, just like it does in the real world. And I would say that you could. I mean, we can do this with our phones here. You would have closed circuit between you guys. So there's that. But anyways, so you guys come down in what I just labeled as rural Pavabid, and you come down into this. You set down, using the trees as cover, because you've been told, and so far it's worked well, is that anything below tree line is essentially beneath their sensor coverage, and so you set down in this forest, and these black lines indicate. I was gonna say highways, but maybe that's too grandiose of a term. They are, yeah, they're highways. They're rural type, 2-lane highways that are essentially the backbone of travel across Pavabid. Most people don't do a lot of traveling. They're too busy working their farms. But they are used for, you know, carrying goods and whatnot, services back and forth, commerce, you name it. These are major, and I say major. these are community hubs. Maybe the size of a small city. One hex is 1 kilometer, so these are really small. Maybe town would be a better term. And then, of course, everything else. There are numerous farms all around the area. So, let me. Yes, you have access to this, the traveler's token. You can move wherever you'd like to move.
So this is where we've set down after traveling with half our fuel, or is
Yes,
this?
yeah, 650
Oh,
kilometers.
Okay,
roughly.
no problem. All right. Yep.
So we left a lot of chaos behind. It might be a while before they start looking for us, but I don't think we should count on that.
Right.
Yeah, and I think we should try to avoid, any type of resident communities. So these farms and stuff, let's just
Yeah.
try to avoid them.
Because it's still dark.
Yes, it is. It is still dark. It's early in the morning. We morning hours. Probably, I don't know. At this point, you're probably looking at about 3 a.m. I would guess around there.
Okay.
So
No, you
we
gotta
probably
figure-
have better. But
I mean, looking at this map, I'd kind of propose that we do something like this to head
the wrong way.
towards this. No, we need to. We're down at the bottom, right? We need to go towards the starport, which is to the north of the map.
Yep, this road here leads
Yeah.
to the starport.
So I was just sort of proposing that line just to avoid
Yeah.
towns and
I'm
use
with
as little jet fuel as possible to get over the river there.
Why don't
I
we
like that
steal a
idea.
vehicle?
That's a good idea. Gully, you can go ahead and make a recon plus intellect check.
Kind of feel like we all currently are, even when walking or flying, we all benefit from camo,
True.
which makes us very difficult to see at range. Whereas any vehicle is going to really.
So
Nice.
yeah, so as you are looking, you kind of looking through the trees, and a lot of the side roads that go to these farms are just dirt paths, which don't even show up on the map at this level. And you see 3 o'clock in the morning. Here's this old truck, kind of bouncing down the road, heading towards this farm. And of course, at 3 o'clock in the morning, farmer ain't going to see you. And that's when Goalie says, "Hey, why don't we just steal a truck?"
Somebody's going to report that missing. Is my only concern.
Yeah, and it's visible, and it means restricts us to roads for the most part, and bridges for sure. Unless we're on a timetable, I would. I
No,
would think walk.
you're not on a timetable. That is one benefit.
Yeah, we'd have to drive right through towns and stuff.
We could kind of avoid them. It looks like you can.
Is there any kind of wildlife that like horses or anything?
I mean, we could hypothetically do.
Yes.
There's this kind of avoids towns, but
So there are a number of wildlife that you can see around some of these farms. There are Terran horses, which have been pretty much brought in everywhere. There are cattle. There are Terran cattle. There are Kians, which is a large flightless bird, kind of ostrich shaped, that are frequently used as mounts. And they can get up and move. And the other benefit of Kians over horses in a lot of cases is that Kians there are certain breeds. For instance, one that is a popular breed, and I'm trying to think of their name. Oh my god. The raiders from Pirates of Dreadnoughts. Anyways, they have their planet's very cold, and they've bred a species of Kian that is basically very fluffy feathers that it retains its body heat better than other animals. And so there are standard Kians found all across Pavabid, Terran horses, Terran cattle. As far as like dangerous predators, they've got birds of prey, and of course there are some feline type varieties. There's probably large bear, but aside from that, most of this is just all tamed farmland.
Okay. What are the crops? Yeah, I'm only asking because we're going to need to eat something at some point.
So the crops are mostly grains, corn, wheat. There are other crops that are alfalfa for feeding, of course, livestock. Um, you know, melons, squash, pretty much anything you could think of as from a vegetable or fruit standpoint. And that's one of the the ironies of Pavabid, is that if Pavabid wanted to, they could be an economic powerhouse because they do generate a lot of food. But because the Thearch and the Pavabidian heresy has closed off the world from outside contact, all of this food is kept in-house. And so um, I would imagine that a lot of this food probably goes to waste. There's probably a high amount of spoilage.
Are things ready to be harvested at all? Is it the right season, or are we going to have to do ground harder than that?
That's a really good question too.
It's all ethanol subsidies.
Well, and part of the wastage from that is what the farmers are putting into the gas tanks of their trucks, because none of these vehicles are going to be electric, right? Let's see. Let me take a look here. So this was... Oh, that's the wrong one. So 136. This is handy. So yeah, I mean it's not harvest time. It is the middle of May, roughly. Be around May 16th.
Okay.
So probably not harvest time. I mean, of course, I'm looking at this calendar and I'm thinking Earth. Another solar system. I mean, it could be October. But yeah, it would be the end of spring, beginning of summer.
Okay, so there might be stuff we can find. All right. I kind of like the idea of using animals to move, although I have no skill in that area. I think they're less likely to be reported stolen, and they'll be better off road. And I'd also suggest maybe that we try moving at night and hole up somewhere during the daytime.
Yeah,
because our night vision is going to be better than theirs.
Yeah.
In terms of drones, I know that we have the peeping spy bot, but it's very slow. Do we have a drone that's faster that we can use to scout?
If we were in a body of water, maybe, but other than that, no.
Okay, no problem. Well, I mean, at some point, we are definitely going to be hitting a body of water, and so having a scout that is ahead of us might be useful there.
Good idea.
Actually, there's no way I'm carrying that thing. It's fucking gigantic.
Okay. All right. No,
yeah, I was gonna say that underwater drone is. I mean, it's half as big as you are tall. So
maybe it's a bag of holding. I don't know.
Yes. Yeah. No. Okay. No worries. Yeah. Okay.
The ancient's interdimensional bag of holding.
I love it.
And it's got a spear sticking out of it.
I
No,
hope we
it's
fixed
sticking
it.
out of me.
This is a
It got hit. It got hit too. I remember.
This is a terrible. Our word for this is awful, but that's all I've got.
Yeah, my vote is to move on foot. Don't and avoid all occupied roads and people and homes and buildings, and start looking for a good place to camp for the daytime to avoid being noticed at daytime.
Could we rip off one of those, what are those called, sky rafts? The ones that, well, we could have stolen from the guys who were invading, but they were in a bit of a firefight and we didn't want to interrupt them.
Yeah, I just sort of feel like if we don't have a time crunch, let's just go the safest route. I mean, I get.
I don't know, man. If you ever bushwhacked across the goddamn jungle, we got
Right.
a long way to go.
Well, I'm just saying the camo of our suits is pretty damn good, and so as long as we're avoiding people, you know, it's gonna be hard for people to spot us at range if we're walking
Especially
or just flying. Yeah, especially at night. But I mean, it's also I'm recognizing the fact that it's 3 a.m., so it's gonna be dawn soon. So we may want to lock, find a really whether we want to rely on the camo suits or whether we want to bunker it down, I don't know.
This looks like about 16 clicks. And
These are Kian. This is a terrible art.
Speaks.
Sorry.
Look like Axe speaks from D&D.
Yeah.
More or less, yeah. And they've got kind of a bitchy kind of temperament to them too. But yeah,
Everybody's got to beef up the dodo.
right. While
It's a mammal. Oh wow! I would not have guessed that. They're used as riding animals. Okay.
Are you looking for a new beard care product? Or perhaps you're a loyal customer and you're just looking to save some scratch? Fable Beard Company has you covered. Head on over to fablebeardco.com and check out their end of season clearance where you can get up to 50% off of all of their beard care products. And while you're at it, you should head on over to fablebeauty.com and check out some of their products for her. Natural deodorant, shave oil serum, hair oil elixir, they have all of it. So check out fablebeardcompany.com and fablebeauty.com and check out their sale.
Is anybody trained in animal at all?
let me look.
Yeah, I'm not.
Animal handling 1. I think that was a background still. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, it's a mammal, huh?
All right.
Guess who's our drover?
Yeah, we'll watch as you
Get thrown on my head.
Yeah, that thing looks pretty rough. 1d6 kicks, not too bad, I guess.
Yeah. But you want to try and walk to this other grove of trees here overnight and make plans from there?
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
And if
While
it's
we
too
cross
slow,
that
we
river,
can.
why don't we go towards the 2 bridges there?
Oh, just go north and then try and sneak across the bridges at night.
I mean, we could
How are we gonna
fly.
toward this river if we head for the forest?
We'd use our jetpacks.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah. Either way.
Because we still have half a battery life in our jetpack, so I just figure we could use those to get over water.
That's a good call, and it's only 1 click. So yeah, the hex size is 1 click, so it's not a big deal. It's not a lot of water or a lot of battery. I'm good with that.
I don't think we can hear you.
You're muted,
Still-
Chris.
Sorry. So there is another version here of the Kian, and this is what I was saying. They look wildly different. To show you the variation.
I love that one scenario that has the giant hamsters.
Yes. Yes.
That are
that's-
that are herded as cattle.
Yes. Yes. Call it Kian 2. Honestly, though, this one, considering that they are mammals, this picture actually, I think, tracks a little bit better, at least in my mind.
Yeah, kangaroo style.
Yeah.
Wallaby.
And then I had, this index for the Travelers Aid Society is fantastic. Because it takes all of the current Travelers Aid books, and you just go, oh, I want to find an animal. It goes to bestiary, and they're all in alphabetical order, and it tells you what book they're in and what page. It is.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. This is really the first time that I've ever really needed it.
Yeah, it looks like somebody plucked this one.
Yes, exactly. Here we go.
Maybe they have a molting season.
Right. There we go. And so these. And this can tell you, I mean, between these two, if you wanted to go the animal route, you can decide which one would be faster, safer bet. That here are the specs for a horse, both organic and synthetic.
QD for a kick.
Yeah, that'll get your attention.
I'm assuming the Kian are herbivores.
Yes, they are. They are herbivore grazers, just like the horses.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I see it. Thank you. So I'd suggest we start walking if we're headed for one of those forested areas. And if we see animals along the way that look useful, we could consider taking them. But
Yep.
if we're going to fly across a river, it's kind of pointless anyway. Steal them just to save a few clicks walking.
Yeah, these are one click hexes. I mean, if you want to stay well out of the way of that town, you're looking about 11 clicks from your current location.
I
Which,
think we were talking about going here.
Yeah, we're talking a route kind of like this.
oh, I see. Okay. So
Just to avoid.
whoops, that is not what I wanted.
Or go here through to here.
And if it's going to be dawn, early, then maybe we'd camp here.
Yeah.
you know, if this is going to be dawn, then we go into this forest area right here to camp.
So yeah, you're looking at about 21 clicks total.
We don't need to go that far this morning.
New.
Yeah. So if we're gonna hit dawn early, we'd want to stop here.
Yes.
If
Yeah.
not, if we can make it to this forest, then we'll go to that forest.
Just for my own edification.
Tiny planet. You said it's 3 a.m.
Yeah. Oh, you
could.
So you could in a single day you could make the 21 clicks because a typical hike across difficult terrain, right? Most people moving at a comfortable pace, not being rushed in any way, can do about 16 miles a day. So this comes out to 16 miles comes out to 25 kilometers. So I mean, this is 21 kilometers. You could,
with the exception of Salve, we have military experience, so a forced march is.
Yeah, forced march though.
We're used to that.
Yeah, forced march is going to be a bit of a problem for you because of the amount of negatives that it starts to accumulate.
Yeah.
Well, not necessarily a forced march, but a march that
Yeah.
We don't need
infantry style.
we don't need to worry about it. Let's just focus on trying to get to here and setting up camp.
Okay. So.
Yeah.
Okay. So by the time you get here, let me redo that. No, now I got the. Now I'm all screwed up. There we go. I will follow your path.
Yeah,
here.
if we're gonna hit dawn, we'll move towards this patch of forest.
Okay. 18 kilometers. I really wish I was better at conversion in my head, but I am simply not.
If we're avoiding towns and stuff, is there a reason why we're not like moving during the day too?
I frankly don't see there's a problem with moving during the day. I mean, that camo is really pretty good.
Right.
It's 11 miles. It's just over 11 miles.
Yeah, I mean, you would hit dawn at some point, so this would be a good spot if you wanted to then reconfigure the direction you're going to go. But keep in mind, you can make stealth checks and you get a +4 to that because of your camo.
Yeah. Is anybody not trained in stealth at all?
So, not at all.
All right. So those of us who are trained in stealth, maybe just go maybe a couple hundred feet in front of the ones that are not as good, just to be on the lookout for. Keeping in mind that we're all camoed, so we're all going to be pretty well hidden, but
right.
We can have some scouts that are a little sneakier in towards the front to warn the people to stop moving completely if we encounter somebody.
Well, and you would be able to see each other with your heads up displays. You would, along with your closed circuit communications. That's part of it too. So you can actually see where the other person is, even if visibly you can't, or you're having a difficult time.
Yeah, the keys, we just have folks that are a little more stealthy in front, so that if there is somebody that we're about to blunder into, we hopefully won't completely alert them.
That is such a nice way to say that those of us who don't have it, if we fuck up, we get hit, but you guys are further away from the radius damage.
Somebody has to survive. Yeah. Somebody has to survive and report.
Right. Go ahead and everybody can give me a stealth plus dex check with a +4.
+1?
+4.
6.
Golly smashed it.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it looks like you're all
That
doing really well.
can't be fucking right. That can't be right. I just rolled a 0, so I did roll it again, right?
You didn't roll a 0 though. You rolled a 12.
No, I have 0 points, right? So I have to roll like basically at disadvantage, correct?
So
No,
let's see,
no.
11.
Plus -3.
No, that's right.
Plus what?
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's right. So, yeah, you are able to make it from here to here, basically staying low when you have to, using the tall, like this area here was all tall grass. You basically can just keep your head down and move through this area. You're able to move into this forest and move to the point where you were ready to set up camp. By the time you reach here, you're talking it's going to be like 4 in the afternoon. There's enough daylight left. If you wanted to, you could push on to this point if you wanted to. The downside, of course, of that is that the nearest real cover, avoiding all of the towns, is this forest up here. That is a good. Why is this not doing what I want to do? There we go.
But it does mean we'd be closer to the river by dark, right?
Right, that's true.
That would, so we could make, because I would prefer to make a river crossing at night. I think that's
okay. So did you want to set up camp here, or do you want to set up camp in these hills?
I'm good with whichever folks think.
Do we see any trails that weren't made by animals in the woods?
Oh yeah, you see a number of game trails.
But hunter trails or something that's not game?
If it comes up, I have survival.
I was just gonna say, whoever wants to check for it can make a survival plus intellect check.
13.
Ooh. So you do pick up a couple of trails that could be from either hunters or woodsmen, but all of the trails that you find are they seem fairly old. Probably a lot of these trails lead south out of this forest. You would imagine that many of them are probably coming from these two farms.
Right. I mean, if they're in need of lumber, I mean, I'm sure that's where they're logging.
Yeah, either lumber or game hunting. This guy this farm right here, it could potentially be that this forest it could potentially be on his land, depending on how big of a plot of farm he has.
There's probably places to hide in those hills, and it'd be a good place to watch our back trail from for a while.
Yeah, if we wanted to continue, if we wanted to say pushed, if we want to continue, we could probably push it because we'd be getting close to the river by about the time dusk's hitting.
Yeah, we're gonna have to sleep sometime.
True.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably our best spot to camp out, frankly.
First marshmallows. You got Takashi got a 17 for rolling marshmallows. You get marshmallows that are good for +3.
Yes.
Yeah, assuming we have to sleep, this is probably our best bet.
In the hills.
Yeah, or in this forest.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, you don't necessarily have to bed down for the entire night. It's not really like you guys have camping gear. It's basically going to be just sitting down and leaning up against a tree and maybe catching a couple of hours of nap. were you gonna? Was your plan to wait until dark before you move again, or how are you?
Yeah, I think that's the plan. Get a few hours of sleep and then cross that river during the night,
Okay.
and may shoot to get to this area by daytime.
Okay. So you all get roughly 3 to 4 hours worth of sleep. By the time that you have awoken, I'm assuming that you've set a watch. Um, Nothing happens on your watch. And so, um, by the time you wake up, 3 or 4 hours later, we'll say 4 hours later, it is dark. Dark has fallen. Clear night. But everybody can make a recon plus intellect check. While you're doing that, wow, really? Hmm. I find that answer to be difficult to believe. But I guess it doesn't matter what I think because it's true. Let me look at another book. Index. That's what. Really? Not a goddamn helicopter in two different vehicle books, not a single helicopter. But there is a helicopter overhead. And those of you that had 8+ on your recon check, you can notice, you can see, and where this helicopter is, your sight line to it visually it looks like it's about here. That it is so high up in the air, more than likely it's over here. So from the ground, when you look up at like a helicopter, it's really difficult to see, unless you're like right under it, it's really difficult to see how far away it truly is. And so you can see this small helicopter, and every once in a while the wind shifts, and you can hear its motor. So it's a good distance away. But those of you that got the 8 over, you see this helicopter. It looks like it is running a search grid. That your military mind looks at it, that's a search grid. They're looking for something.
Take a foxhole.
Right. Yeah, there's that. So, yeah, I mean, and then it doesn't look like they're not over your area, but judging the diligence of their search pattern, you would give it probably another 4 hours before they are. They are really kind of using a fine-tooth comb to go over the area looking for something.
My binos have a rangefinder on them. I'd like to, if they're close enough for the rangefinder to work.
Yeah, I would think.
I wouldn't expect that to be good. Well, like a modern one.
Yeah, you are guessing they're roughly 30 clicks away and probably about a kilometer or a kilometer and a half up.
So is the search pattern moving more towards us or more towards the starport?
It seems like they're kind of doing slow spirals, and they'll go over the same area like 3 times before they then move maybe a kilometer to the west and continue that kind of circular pattern about 3 or 4 times, and then they'll go another kilometer to the west. So they're really seeking something.
So they're going the opposite way? Because the starport's to the east, right?
Starport's north. Oh, the road to the starport leads north. It kind of snakes around.
Yeah.
After the north, it curves to the east. But they are east of you, so they are heading slowly in your direction.
Got it.
Next time we.
So that sounds more like they're following our trail than headed towards the starport.
Next time we bring some explosives and set them up in some barns, detonate them as we see helicopters.
Right. We'll just go ahead and do it this way. They are currently like right here. And they're doing this kind of search pattern. And then they'll move this way and this way. So they're going west all along the southern edge of this map.
All right, let's move.
Okay, everybody give me a stealth plus dex with a +4.
+4 again?
Correct.
Yeah, suits are pretty good.
Okay. We need Mintaka and Ronnie.
What's up?
Need another stealth plus dex check.
I did one. I got a 9.
I did shitty. Where did I do it? Where's mine?
Oh yeah, you did. Okay.
It's
No,
up
I see
above.
it.
It's a
I see you.
6.
I see you. Ooh, that was close. So you make it to the edge of the river without being detected. There was a slight close call with a farmer that was evidently out trying to bring back some errant cattle in the dark, and you skirted around the edge of him, and he did not notice. You want to use your grav belts to cross the river, I take it?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Now the fun part. Go ahead and give me a flyer plus grav.
Uh-huh. Is that pilot?
Nope, flyer.
It's flyer. It's the skill flyer.
Oh boy.
And it's just a routine check, so it's 6+. There's really nothing that you should run into crossing the river. Okay, perfect. So you are able to cross the river. From here, where are you going? It's still night. It's probably at this point it's probably 11 o'clock at night.
Oh, yeah. We should be able to make those other trees easily.
So we'll push for here.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe when we're going by that farm, we can look for some food to borrow.
Okay. So yes, let me adjust some things here. Since it is dark.
Sure, a cutting torch will cook a chicken.
When we were up in Hermiston for the 4th of July. Oops, that's not it. And one of the guys there brought it. So they had a lighter, one lighter. You know, and my wife's a smoker, and I don't understand why we only had one lighter. Anyways, they only had one lighter, and it had like no fuel in it. It was able to light like maybe 3 fireworks, and that was it. So this guy goes over to his truck and comes out with an acetylene torch and was lighting fireworks with this acetylene torch, but it had such a jet on it that it literally incinerated and blew away the fuse on more than a couple. And so they were literally having to light the fireworks by lighting just lighting the entire top of the firework on fire to catch what little bit of fuse was left in the. I was like, you guys are gonna blow yourselves up. Like, I just.
You can use pieces of paper to light them, you know. Or I mean, the old days they gave us punks. When you bought fireworks, they gave you punks.
Yeah,
so
they give you
tons of those.
They'd give you a handful of punks. Yeah. So. Sneaking up on Lay Farm, you see that there are a couple of horses here that are corralled in this pen. You've got this is where you guys are starting. There's a typical little farmhouse over here. They do have a truck.
DeLorean.
Yeah.
Have a motorcycle?
They don't have a motorcycle, but they do have a truck here that looks like a bird crapped on it, or is that a rabbit? I don't know what that is. And then, of course, their barn. So, and they have a cat. And so, you guys are free to move around as quietly as you would like. Where are you looking for food?
I was thinking in the fields, if anything's ripe, would be the first place to look.
He'd said it was May, and that so we'd have to hit like vegetable gardens and maybe
Yeah,
early
it would
vegetable
depend
crops.
on what it was.
As you can see, they have the good old-fashioned makeshift rabbit ears on the roof of the.
Yeah, that's styling. Well, if we have to be here, want to use a network or neural activity scanner and see where people are in the house.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
And of course, pipe that to everybody's HUD.
Right. Here.
No dogs. That's
No
good.
dogs. No dogs. There we go. So that's where these guys are. There are 3 people living in this house. This is where they are located on the 2nd floor.
Okay. Do we want to send the spy bot in to look around? See if we can locate where the food is or might be?
I'd recommend that.
All right, so where do you want to move to? I mean, I guess if you're sitting in the spy bot, this is Ronnie's show, so I don't know if he wants to stay where he's at or if you want to move to a particular location in order to be a bot wrangler. What do you want to do?
I can be anywhere within 500 clicks.
That's
I don't
true.
need to get any closer. I'm just gonna start sending it up, and it's gonna move 1 hex at a time.
Find What? That's odd. Okay. So
We could even use a monkey bot to steal stuff, potentially.
It's about an hour's worth of travel right there from where I was to where it currently is sitting. I'm kidding. It was like, what, 4 meters?
I gave you guys a handout for the peeping spy bot, didn't I?
Yeah, it's like 2/3 the speed
No,
of
but I
a
got
dog.
it. It's 4 meters. I remember. I mean,
I thought I gave you guys a
I'm
handout.
going old. I'm
You
going
did.
super fucking old school, and I have it all on paper.
Peeping spy bot. Yeah, I could have swore that I did this, but maybe I did not.
You did. 4 meters.
There we go. The only reason I ask because I'm like it's not in here, and I'm like, am I going crazy? Did I not do this?
No,
I
you
thought
did. Put it
I mean,
up.
I remember you putting it up. I'm not seeing it in the list.
Yeah, neither am I. I mean, this isn't the first time that this has happened, but kind of annoying when it does. Like, I just go through and randomly delete shit.
I mean, alternatively, it's page 220 of the robot book.
Yes. I just find handouts to be easy because then everybody sees it on their screen.
But yeah, it has a speed of 4 meters, so it's
Yep,
moves at
and
2/3.
one whole hit.
Yeah, it's small.
Yes. All right, so you send up the spy bot. Oh, let me give you control of the spy bot. There you go. And where are you sending said spy bot?
Well, human food's going to be in the house, I would imagine, right? Is it summer or is it winter? Can we determine that?
Yeah, it's like it would be like the end of spring, beginning of summer. It's like May 16th.
All right.
Which it comes out to day 136.
All right, so that's a triple move right there.
Okay. So you are go ahead and give me and this is just routine. Give me a routine check for electronics remote ops plus dex check.
All right, seriously, I'm gonna fuck. The next purchase is a neural check.
So
you're 42,000 short.
don't worry, you guys are about to become fairly wealthy. I've already got that in the works. So you move and it kind of rustles through these trees. Farmers are gonna have to make a 10 plus. I don't think they're going to now. They get
the fucking building.
They get a 0. And you send it up and it goes through. It hits like every branch possible as it's going through the tree. What is Mintaka doing?
I'm hanging back. This is not my strength.
Okay. What about everybody else? Are you just waiting for this drone?
Yeah, waiting for recon.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So, Ronnie, you can go ahead and move it into the house.
Well, I think my first step was to find a way into said house. I don't know if these windows are open.
I mean, it's going to be able to go under a door of this tech level.
That's true. There would be gaps under the door.
Nice.
There is a chimney here.
That's why I asked if it was summer or winter. Was that chimney?
Being May 16th, I would guess that probably this second story window is open, Maybe this one as well, letting in some of that cooler night air.
Actually, I'm going to move here. It'll take, what is that? 2 full, 3 action moves to
Sure.
get to there. Because there may be a window on the backside, because that chimney is where the hearth's going to be.
Let's see.
And the hearth is where the food's going to be.
Yeah, there's a
That's good
open
thinking.
there's an open window on this backside here, and it is when you move it up to that window, the window is maybe halfway open. It is a hallway. There's a T intersection here, and then at the end of the hallway is a set of stairs that goes down to the first floor. On either side, there is a bedroom here. Down this hallway, at the end of the hallway, there's a bedroom here, and there's a bedroom here, and then the stairwell is over here. So it would look like this. I know that I can rotate these, or at least I used to. There we go. So there's a bedroom here.
Here.
Yep. Sorry.
Yep. Right.
And so the hallway goes like this. And there is a cutout here. And stairs. We go downstairs. Oh, and there's a T hallway here.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea, Takahashi. You could knock on the door and we're just here to work, and we'll work for food and maybe borrow your truck.
We're on pilgrimage. Our flyer crashed, so
As you stand there in camouflage dungarees.
With her really cool stun rifle.
So there's a window with a hallway. You got a room, you got a room, you got a room. Where the fuck? There's the fireplace is right there. There's got to be a kitchen right here.
The kitchen would be down here, downstairs. You'd have to go down these stairs to get down to the lower level.
Oh, so the window is.
Yeah, the window would be on this side of the chimney.
But it's on, right, but it's on the upstairs.
Correct.
Okay. Then fuck it. All right, I'll go in, go down. I need to get to the stairs. There's got to be food in here.
Okay, good. Give me a electronics remote ops plus dex check.
This feels like a roll to failure.
I had one of those micro stunt drones, and you would not believe how squirrely those things are. Trying to fly them through even a partially open window is not as easy as it sounds. I ran that thing into pretty much every wall in the apartment it ran into. I think the cat finally got it. Anyways, so you smoke it with a 12, and you just slide in and go down the hallway. You can, through the auditory pickup of the drone, you can hear the snores of happily sleeping farmers, and you go downstairs. Down in here, there's pretty much a large common area, living room. Towards the back of the central part of the building, there is a dining room, and then in here is a kitchen, and you see that there is a refrigerator, and there is a number of closed cabinets all throughout the kitchen. It's a good-sized kitchen. But the refrigerator is closed, of course.
Is there no window in this kitchen? There's no access point into this kitchen besides the front door?
Correct. There is a window right here, but it is closed. And this window is closed, as is this window.
Okay. All right. Well, there's a window, which is the important
What
part.
sort of windows are they?
I'm sorry, what was that?
What sort of windows are they? Like the sash windows, or
they're sliders.
okay.
These wide ones here will slide left and right on a track. This one here will slide up and down, but they're all closed.
Okay. If we can get a window open, we could put the monkey bot in.
That's one downside of this peeping spy bot is it has no manipulators.
I mean, it's the size of a dime or smaller.
Right. It's really small, yeah. Yeah, what's your plan?
People who are actually stealthy are going to need to slide up there and get that, open that window.
I'm not sure what we're hoping to really accomplish here.
We're looking for food.
Sure, you guys.
No food without getting caught.
Yeah, I don't think you guys brought any rations with you.
I didn't. This was supposed to be in and out.
Right.
I've got an improved survival kit, which has. Let me double check that.
It's in here. Yeah, here are survival kits.
Nice.
So it does have, improved does have rations.
4 days. So it's. I mean, we're not gonna. If we've only got one of them, I mean, we're only. We're all gonna basically go a little hungry.
I believe that all of you were given one of those.
I don't know. I purchased one, but I mean, I don't know if.
Okay.
So I mean, you don't necessarily need to be in here, but
What about that ride?
yeah, I mean, there is a truck over here.
I feel like stealing a truck is drawing way too much attention, though. That helicopter that's searching for whatever it's searching for might decide to come closer.
Yeah, I think our best bet is to not mess with any residences or be anywhere near a farm and just keep moving.
Okay.
I'm good with that. I thought we needed food. I'm sorry.
No problem. No, I thought it was a good idea. I forgot about the. There was a lot of equipment that you guys were given for this mission, and it was all little stuff. Stuff that you could conceivably carry on your person, but nothing the size of like a backpack. I mean, these survival kits are essentially a fanny pack with some Mars bars in it.
It's like a salt pack, or yeah.
I think I've got a military first aid kit that's bigger than these survival packs. So, I mean, Ronnie, if you want to extricate yourself from the house, you can give me another electronics remote ops plus dex check.
Whoops. Like I said, this feels like roll to failure. All right.
So, well, I don't know. We'll see here. Let's see.
When Ronnie says oops.
Let's see, which one is it? D3. 2. 1, 2. So as Ronnie's drone is moving down the hallway, he taps and scrapes along the wall, and Let me give these guys the dopey face. They're sleepy. But this guy wakes up. Now let me
Whisper.
This guy wakes up and opens the door. Ronnie, roll 2d plus 3 for the drone's stealth. Because this thing moves silently. It's basically got its own grav system in it. So it doesn't have, it's not, like a modern day drone where it's, everywhere. It's silent and it's tiny. So it gets plus 3 to its stealth.
Yep.
And it's got stealth 3. Yeah, stealth 3, and it's small, which I believe is a -4 to.
-4 to hit. It's a -4 for them to hit it.
Oh, I thought it was also to be noticed perception, like with the recon.
Oh, wait a minute. It's more than 3 though. Hold on. The reason why it's more than 3 is because it has camouflage. And I believe it is active.
Oh, it does.
I believe it is active camouflage. Come on. There we go. Visual concealment is on page 31. Let me bring the peeper up again. So it says enhanced. Enhanced is full spectrum. Tech level 11. So it relies on static colors and materials to achieve an effect, rendering camouflage ineffective, inappropriate terrain. Patterned for a pink forest environment will not work on a rocky asteroid. At 12, camouflage is adaptive multichromatic coating that conforms to all terrains. But does it say... Yeah. Robot's surface area and volume are finite. In addition, the 5-0 slot options for the robot's default suite. Why are you telling me this? It's like that entire paragraph is out of place. So at tech level 11, it does have a full spectrum visual concealment, which would be multichromatic. Not multichromatic, but full spectrum, meaning infrared, thermal, painted patterns, and it can mimic natural materials. So that would be why it's got stealth 3. So yeah, you got a 7, which let's see if Farmer Bob here can see it. He cannot. He sticks his head out his bedroom door and kind of looks up and down the hallway. He does not see the dime-sized spy drone and kind of shrugs and goes back in and shuts the door to his bedroom. So, Ronnie, you fly back out and bring the drone back to you guys. And there we are. But you do, I mean, like I said, there is a truck over here. You want to avoid the truck, we can move on. All right. That would have been this house. Where are you moving from here? This whole encounter probably took you about an hour before you decided, like, there's nothing here for us.
We were planning on the woods to the north. Was the next point.
Where did Gully go?
I thought I heard somebody drop off.
Whoops. He might be restarting his computer again.
Well, he dropped earlier and reconnected.
Well, I will wait for his reply. So yeah, which direction you going from here?
Our next checkpoint was the woods to the north.
Yep, to the woods.
Okay, so you are able to make it to the woods. It by the time you get here, it's probably at this point you're talking about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
Okay, so it's earlier than I thought. All right. Yeah, let's push to here.
Okay, so you're heading for the tall grass. About another 7 kilometers. Now,
and then just look to set up, make a blind of some sort, something to help hide us better, and set up a camp there to avoid daytime.
sure, you can go ahead and make a survival plus intellect check.
Sure. And of course, I closed my character sheet.
Would I have any means of protecting us from like electronic sensors?
Yeah. So that, yes. Okay, so Remo sets up a little blind, basically a makeshift, cut grass and sticks kind of blind that is set up, rough camouflage area. To answer Mintaka's question, yeah, you do, but so that would be essentially electronic warfare, and there are two downsides of that kind of situation. Is that really your only option with what you have is basically to do jamming, and the downside of jamming is that yes, essentially you either for sensors you're basically putting up a bunch of just white noise and throwing everything off. For comms, it's kind of the same thing. You're overloading all of the frequencies with nothing but static. The downside of doing that is that everybody's going to know where you're at because it only takes a little bit of trigonometry for them to go, oh, here's the center point of where all of this is coming from.
For sure. I was just wondering.
It's very odd. I don't know what happened to Gully. I wonder if he lost power or something, or maybe his internet went out. Huh. So, so you make a blind. By the time you get here, it's probably about 5 in the morning. By the time you get here and set up your blind, are you camping here for the night or for the day? I guess.
Yeah, get some sleep. During the day time, it's relatively, and monitor for the helicopter. But yeah, we only slept like 4 hours with people on watch, so let's get some more sleep. And
okay, so yeah, you guys set up your watch. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, I was wondering if the spybot can do autonomous patrols.
That's a.
It had intellect, I think.
That is a good question. Yeah, I don't think its intellect is very high though.
That's okay.
Yeah, it's got basic recon intellect 4. So yeah, it could essentially, fly around the perimeter if you wanted it to.
If Ronnie wants it to.
Sure.
Okay, so yeah, you set the peeping spy bot up, and it kind of floats around the perimeter, giving you guys the ability for everybody to get a good night's rest. You are not interrupted throughout the day, and by the time you wake up, I mean, are you wanting to wake up before nightfall, or are you crashing out for the day?
I'm good with whatever folks. If they want more sleep, get more sleep. You know, type thing. I don't think we're not on a harsh timeline. So you know,
I need to go AFK for a sec. Sorry.
When people wake up and are ready to move, that's when we'll go.
So it's like us camping. It's like, I got a hangover. Hang on. We're going to be out of here by like 2 in the afternoon at the earliest.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's no rush, and you know, we're more at risk traveling during the day, so I don't see that there's any reason to hurry anybody. You know,
right.
Sleep.
So are you back with us, Scully?
Yeah, sorry.
No problem. I was just wondering. We were wondering where you went.
Yeah, I'm having persistent problems tonight. I don't know what's up.
Them damn internets. My brother-in-law messaged me today, and he's like, "Is the PDF server down?" And I like, at the time I was working in the Conan Exile server, and I'm like, "Well, that server works. It shouldn't be." Then I realized that when we had a power outage here a couple days ago, it took the opportunity to renew the DHCP lease, and so I got an entirely new IP address. So I'm like, no, it's not. He's like, I was assuming that it was me because I don't know what the hell I'm doing with a computer. I'm like, no, it's not you. It's just the address change. It's not a big deal. But I'm glad that he contacted me because then I was able to update you guys and say, oh yeah, by the way, there's a new Addy. And so yeah, you guys wake up, probably 4 in the afternoon. Pretty much everybody starts to wake up. You have your time to leisurely have your rations or whatever before you start moving on again. And so far, you guys have gotten really lucky with the dice rolls. So everybody can make a Recon plus Intellect check. So again, you see a helicopter. Let me find. There we go. That's a good color. And you see that it is. Damn it. All right. Third time's a charm. There we go. It is right there, about 1.5 kilometers up. And this time, it isn't running. It's not doing the circular search pattern. It seems like it's hovering and watching something. And
with the binoculars, recognizing that's a pretty long distance. I think my binos are only 10 times magnification, but can I see what sensors are on it?
Yeah, that's a long ways, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost 15 clicks away and up. It's hard for you to tell. You do see that underneath there is a small dome, probably camera, audio visual camera, possibly thermal, but it's difficult to say.
This is a fairly low-tech planet.
Yes.
Does it look like a fairly low-tech helicopter? Does it look like something that's come from off-world?
Not necessarily off-world, but it looks higher tech level than the
All right.
people around. You're guessing
Okay.
that it's about a tech level 9.
Okay.
It's SOCOM level.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, because the planet's tech level 6, or is it lower? I
So
couldn't remember.
so the starport and enclave, and let me just double check this. There it is. Yeah, the starport and enclave are a pretty solid tech level 9. The rest of the world, outside of the borders of the trade enclave, is permanently suppressed to a tech level 6. So this is, to everybody else on the ground here, this would be, it would be like Blue Thunder or Airwolf when we watched it for the first time in the 80s.
Gonna do a loop the loop.
Yes.
Does the chopper remind us of the one that we considered stealing a couple days ago?
No.
Okay.
I mean, similar tech level, yes, but the chopper that you were going to steal was more of a, I guess you could say like a luxury model. It would be like it was armored, so it had bulletproof windows in the whole 9 yards. But beyond that, it was, the Thearch's flying limousine. I don't even think it was armed in any way.
So is this smaller, like a scout helicopter?
Yes.
Or
yes.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. The old book. I think there was a helicopter in there. No, that's not it. Wait. There it is. Page 20. Maybe? No. There we go. Page 88. No, yeah, it's like this. So I knew I had something in here. It's just once I'm to the point now where when you have that many books, you're like, hey, which one was it in?
I don't think I have anything that can see, so to speak, in the electronics spectrums. So I don't know that we could detect like radar or obviously no passive sensors, but I certainly don't have anything that would show us if it's emitting anything.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I just haven't had enough money to start buying some of the fun gear.
Yeah, the good stuff. There we go. So I was wrong. It's not tech level 9. It is tech level 7. And it is armed. Wait a minute.
Kind of got to go to battle dress to get a good portable sensor suite, unfortunately.
Well, so there are electronic suites that can be added to other suits of armor that aren't necessarily battle dress, but there you go.
Well, if anything, our electronics are probably what's going to give us away before anything else, and so we might just want to power everything off that we don't need.
I was wondering if he was tracking us via our electronics as well. You know, with all the directions he could have gone, it's a little suspicious that he went this way.
Let's see.
I mean, the one problem we face is that there's one very obvious escape that we're going to be taking. You know, so the closer we get to the starport, the more resistance I'm expecting, because it's kind of obvious that's where we're going to probably be headed.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
if they even know we were there.
So this helicopter is this little line. That is the direction that the nose is pointed.
Got it. All right. Well, why don't we? I mean, so at this range, can we at least see its nose?
Yes.
All right. So let's just hang tight and see what it decides to do. I mean, if it starts spinning, you know, then maybe we go. If it starts moving forward, maybe we continue to hang out. So let's just give it a little bit of time and see what happens.
Okay. Everybody can give me a stealth plus dex check. However, I am going to lower it from a average 8+ to a routine 6+ because of the blind that you created.
So that's still with the DM.
+4 for
Plus
your
4,
suit.
dude.
You get your stealth suit.
Yep, you get a +4 for your stealth suit.
Whoa, crushed it. 17's brutal.
Yeah, that's Gully and Takahashi over here are like complete ninjas. Yeah, so it doesn't appear to move towards you. Instead, it instead moves this way and starts to follow this main road here. And it is heading south.
Okay.
So what would you guys like to do?
I'd like to watch that a little more to make sure he doesn't come back the other way.
So yeah, in an hour of watching this, it kind of moves down this way.
All right, then we'll move.
Yeah.
And we'll move out.
Okay. So go ahead and give me another stealth plus dex check with +4 for movement. Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
That was close. All right, so yeah, you guys are able to make it onto this, or kind of staying off of this main road, but this road does journey all the way to the actual starport. And so you have made it there at the end of this line here. The road, there is a long bridge. There are two ways that you can get across this gap. There is, of course, the long bridge that goes across, and there is a ferry that will go from the mainland to this peninsula point here. How would you like to maneuver that?
Well, this is what we saved the grab belts for.
That's true.
How high is the bridge?
Bridge actually spans quite high. The road goes up, and it's probably a good 500 meters up, and the road just gradually kind of climbs, and it's kind of set up like a almost like a trestle over the span of water, and then gradually drops on the other side. It's tall enough that very large steamships with steam stacks on them can go under the bridge into this bay.
Okay.
So
I suggest we stay below the level of the bridge.
yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea. Everybody give me a flyer graph check. Or flyer graph plus dex. Damn, you guys are...
I was worried about that. I'm rolling flat. I just happened to roll an 11.
All right. What about Ronnie?
I think I got a 9.
Okay.
No, I got a 7.
Oh, okay. So staying below, are you following the bridge and staying below it, or how are you going about this?
I don't know that we need to be too close to the bridge. I just don't want anybody to see us that's on the bridge.
Okay.
So it's not like we need to be directly under it as far as I'm concerned, unless somebody can think of a reason.
And we want to be far enough above the water that we don't leave a wake.
Yeah.
As slow as the grav belt.
It's grav. There's no propulsion.
Yeah, I suppose that even the grav belt, I mean, at 100 kilometers per hour, I suppose that would, if you were too low.
Yeah, it's just over 60 miles. It's just over 60 miles an hour. I mean, it's
yeah. Damn it. You guys are getting the lucky rolls. And so Ronnie kind of veers out a little ways and kind of goes up. There are a number, not I wouldn't specify it as high traffic, but there are quite a few vehicles that are making their way to and fro across the bridge. Ronnie kind of flies up a little bit and then dips back down, but nobody seems to have noticed him, or at least there's no pile up shocked viewers. And so you guys make it to the edge of the trade enclave. How are you going about? I mean, this is a large walled kind of star town that is nothing but Pavabidian traders that are offering credits for off-world supplies. And the only people that are in here are a part of the Pavabidian Church, the Pavabidian heresy. The common man is not allowed to be in here. So you reach the gates.
Wait, are ships parked in a port we're not allowed in?
The common people of Pavabid are not allowed into the trade enclave.
Oh, okay, outsiders are. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, outsiders that have landed at the starport are allowed in. Nobody from outside the walls are allowed in. But you guys have a pass.
Yeah.
Now, that's not foolproof, but it's pretty good. So how are you guys going about this? Are you flying over the wall, or are you just walking through the gates?
Seems like we'd attract a lot of attention with all our weapons.
That's true.
Yeah, especially since the stunners they gave us are all carbines. So they're we're all carrying rifles.
Mm-hmm. armor,
Yes.
looking like we've been out in the woods for a bunch of days.
Yeah, you guys probably don't smell all that great.
It's a vac suit.
You want to head directly to the ship, and if anybody stops us when we get there, we can show them the pass or use the pass.
I think we got to get in the gate.
Yeah, I mean,
go over.
You could theoretically fly over it. The trick there, of course, the starport being tech level 9 and the trade enclave being tech level 9 is not being seen. That's the trick. Now, of course, you guys, you still get a +4 to your stealth, so, and grav belts don't make any noise.
I would kind of expect that they'll see us, but I'm not sure it would matter.
Through the ferry, to where the ferry lands? What's the access point for the ferry people on the ferry?
There's a road that leads from the trade enclave down to a ferry. And the road kind of splits. One side goes to the ferry, the other side goes up over this long bridge.
What kind of cover identity is the pass? Is it just like
it's a generic pass, basically stating that anybody that is carrying this digital ID is cleared by the Thearch to enter or exit the trade enclave.
All right.
Let's try that.
So we've all got camo outfits, which is great for camo, but we can also use them to change them and make them look like uniforms. You know, we can have them display pretty much anything on there. So we might just want to come up with like a corporate uniform so that we look like we're here on a planet doing some kind of maintenance business of or hunting outfit. I don't know, but I mean
I'm just doing coveralls like
how about the Thearch guards?
Starship kind of coveralls.
I'm sorry, what was it you mentioned?
The Thearch guards, potentially, if we made ourselves look like them.
Yeah, that's pretty simple. They're just wearing nothing but white and black uniforms.
Yeah. I think it kind of just sort of changes the coloration of your clothing, your armor. So it's not going to make it look like if their armor looks close enough to ours, we could probably pull it off. But
they're wearing cloth armor. I mean, yeah, the armor, whatever armor that you're wearing that has the Vislight camouflage on it, it's not going to change the way that armor looks and is shaped. It'll just change the color.
Cool. But if we look like their livery on their uniform, that might be useful. Since the pass is coming from the Thearch.
Yeah, I was thinking more along the lines of it'll be easier to pass ourselves off as off-worlders that are here for a legitimate reason.
Okay, if you'd rather try that, I'm fine.
Since we don't really know the patriarchs.
I like that idea of off-worlders because then it's like they don't know what we should look like. Whereas if we try to pass off as them, they might know what we should look like.
Right.
Okay.
And then the other question is, what do we do with all these carbine? How do we? It's really hard to claim we're here hunting with a bunch of stun rifles.
I'm not expecting them to question them.
We're catch and release deer hunters. We use stun rifles.
Yeah, but I don't think you can. I don't know that you can really hide. I mean, I suppose you can try.
Can one of us pretend to be like some kind of dignitary, and the rest of us are guarding that person?
We might be able to pull that off.
Yeah, you could do that. So the stun carbine does not have a bulky trait.
No, but but I figure it's rifle size.
Yeah,
right?
it's AR-15 size. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the you're not putting it in a backpack unless it can bring.
Yeah, I'm not even bringing it through. I don't care.
Goldie's like, I don't need it. Usually, I just shoot and kill people. I don't need a stunner.
Doesn't somebody in our group have like a dignitary background or something?
Yeah, I was a diplomat.
Yeah, they're not terribly expensive.
I've got diplomacy too.
Yeah.
Okay, so you could be the diplomat. You have experience in it already. And then the rest of us can just be your guards. You were here on some kind of official business. They don't need to know what the heck it is.
I'll be your major.
You look around.
I always say the least you got to say possible. Just go through, flash the pass.
That's true.
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't make a big story about it.
We own the place. Let's go.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
when we were kids and shoulder tapping for beer, that was the safest thing. Say the least amount possible, and you'll get the better result. If you try to explain anything, it you're sunk already. So yeah, you're just going through the front gates and claiming Salve as your noble that you're protecting.
Yeah.
Okay. So this front gate, there's not really. It's basically just an archway, and there are two guard posts right next to it, and of course they've got the little electronic, go don't go bar that comes down, and you come walking up, and they immediately are kind of taken aback that you're walking up from the outside. This is obviously just the looks on their faces. Is obviously not something that happens very often, and they all immediately brandish submachine guns, and about four of them surround you. And the lead one comes up and says, "There are no off-worlders to be on Pavabid, and you're not to be outside the walls. You're all under arrest."
I let him have the pass.
Okay.
I don't even bother responding.
Okay, go ahead and give me a deception plus.
You have a beautiful planet. I am.
Go ahead and give me a deception plus intellect check, but you get a +4 to that roll.
If you want me to speak up, I'm happy to interrupt right now because I sort of set myself up as your major domo. I'm like, you have a beautiful planet. We're happy to.
I don't think we need to talk to him.
All right.
Yeah.
Relax.
Multipass.
I'm just saying, I have a good deception. That's all. That's all.
I get deception.
Okay, so Salve holds
That's
up
pretty good too.
Holds up the mobile comm with the pass on it, and this guard kind of stammers and says, "Well, and he kind of looks it over. I don't know how smart this guy is. Let's see. Standard guards. Oof. Oh man." So evidently the Thearch doesn't take the cream of the crop. They've got a -1 to intellect. Yeah, so he stammers and apologizes. He says, "Oh, I wasn't aware that you were on official business for Thearch Oribid. Please don't report us. We're simply doing our job." And they wave you into the trade enclave.
I don't deign to respond and walk on through.
Okay, so you guys walk on through. And so evidently the pass worked. Everybody can make a recon plus intellect check.
I was shaking in my boots. I didn't see shit.
We're all rolling poorly on this one.
Looks like Takahashi got it, Remo got it, and Salve got it. Missing Ronnie. Oh, no.
Yeah, he has stuff out.
Oh, okay. So, you three, Takahashi, Remo, and Salve, as you move through this trade enclave, as far as star towns go, this is a fairly small area. It's mostly made up of small warehouses, and those are kind of further out towards the edges where the walls of this enclave are. Inside, for the most part, it is like if you've ever been to like an electronics trade show, it's kind of like their demonstration pavilions. So there's a number of these, And you can see that there are a number of off-worlders and there are a number of Pavabidian, all wearing the color scheme of the Thearch. And they're all moving around, basically dickering between one another on price of off-world goods, or in some cases, price of selling Pavabidian goods to off-worlders. So there is some trade moving off-world, but not to the degree that you would expect from what you've seen. I mean, everything you've seen is farmland, right? And so as you move closer to the starport itself, which isn't, I mean, you could walk the entire length of the trade enclave in like a half an hour before you get to the starport. And as you get closer to the starport, you can see that security at the starport seems to have been increased. You see Pavabidian security personnel moving about quite a bit, moving in like groups of 4, whereas you would expect usually 1, maybe groups of 2 moving around, and these are small squads that are moving around, and they are all, rather than being nonchalant with their submachine guns slung from their shoulder, they all have them in a ready position. So they seem agitated about something. What's your guys' plan in the starport? Are you heading straight for your ship, or are you going to tool around the concourse a bit? I mean, tech level 9
really
planet, I don't know that you're going to get much.
Straight to the ship.
Maybe hit a bar. Maybe hit a bar and
out.
find out what's going on.
No, get out.
With all these weapons, somebody's likely to.
Yeah,
We
get a
already
little
just got
nervous about
through.
that.
Just go to the ship and get on it.
yeah. Take
Yeah.
a circ. Don't just go straight towards it. Make a little bit of a circuitous route, but head towards the ship.
Okay. So you kind of take the long way around the concourse, seeing these groups of 4 guards, like probably every, I don't know, 10 meters you see another group of 4 of these guards. Like the entire concourse is just infested with these guys. And you finally get to the docking bay, or actually you get to a terminal, and your public information at the starport tells you which docking bay the Ouroboros is docked in, and it gives you the docking bay number, and you make your way to the docking bay, and it is, there's your ship exactly as promised, and you are not stopped.
Let's get
Great.
on there and get the hell out of here.
All right. So finally get you guys to be back home. All right, so Gully, you can go ahead and make a piloting plus dex check. You guys are you radio in, and the control tower immediately gives you access. All right, Gully launches you into the air. Is there somebody doing an astrogation check for heading back to Collis?
I can take an extra time at 10.
Sure. So the question is, are you shooting directly for Collis or?
All right, sorry, I'm back.
No problem. Sorry. Okay. So, yeah, you can. You're doing the astrogation. You can move the ship. Where are you aiming for? You can pick any planet. This is actually a binary. Collis is actually a binary system, with a
Gotcha.
M35 and in close.
Do we need to be stealthy getting out of here? Is that the issue?
No, I'm just wondering. I mean, usually you're going to jump to the 100 diameter jump limit of the main world.
Yeah,
But,
I mean,
you can.
that seems good. It seems good to me, unless people are worried that we're being followed.
Okay.
Is that something that folks are concerned about?
Just
So we need to.
as scheduled.
What's that?
I would like to use my bug sweeper and check the ship once we leave atmosphere, though.
Sure.
Sure.
Go ahead and give me an electronic sensors plus intellect check. Okay, so you sweep the ship. It takes you probably, if you're wanting to do a fairly thorough sweep of the ship, it takes you probably about 4 hours, but you do not come up with any bugs.
Make some like breakfast burritos and coffee.
Okay, give me a steward plus.
I did. I rolled.
Oh, did you? Okay. So yeah,
No,
you're
no.
making some breakfast burritos. Wow, those are some really good breakfast burritos at 12 plus. And whoever wants to can make a engineering jump drive plus intellect check, and you get a +1 for that. Mintaga, what are you doing on computers?
Wanted to check the systems of the computer, the ship, just make sure everything was tip top, nothing was messed with.
Yeah, you are not finding any infiltration of any kind to the computer systems. And Gully hits the button, and you guys enter jump space, and you are on your way back to Cullis. Everybody can add 1 week to your study periods.
Nice.
Do I need to pay for this jump period, or is this one covered as well?
This one will be covered as well.
Oh.
I don't know if another week in study period tipped anybody over the scale.
No, not me.
Nope.
No.
All right, so too far. There. So a week goes by, and you come out of jump. You come back to Cullis. Gully, go ahead and give me another piloting plus dex check. Meanwhile, I need to. Interesting. Okay, so Gully lands the ship. You get clearance. You land on Cullis, and you guys make your way back to your hotel room. And you are met at your hotel room by the same agent that greeted you last time. And let's see the mission equipment. All right. So, the mission was a success. It was close. They have already gotten some information coming back that the Thearch Orabid of Pavabid is in the process of reviewing his declarations about opening mining of iridium on Pavabid, and so they thank you. You are allowed to keep all of the equipment that you were given, and they pass along. This guy passes along a message from the Reidd-Valaasii Corporation to you. and it's on a little data pad that he hands you, and it will only unlock with one of your thumbprints. And when you open it, it is a message. Basically, Reidd-Valaasii wants to send you, and it might be here. Let me double check. It is. So you are presently on Colas. Reidd-Valaasii, this is a priority transmission. Reidd-Valaasii wants to send you to Pax Rulin. And the mission is to assist one of their primary investors, a man by the name of Reidd-Valaasii. And they want you to assist him in a search and rescue operation. Details are very scant, but the small amount of information that is there is that Reidd-Valaasii used to be an executive for a major trading consortium that was located in District 268 called McClellan Factors, and he basically, the dossier that they give you shows that he basically worked his way up the hard way, and he worked aboard a number of trade ships, and the last ship that he worked on, he worked as the purser for a Leviathan class merchant cruiser called the Amwar, and the final mission of the Amwar was very, very successful, and large, massive payouts to all of the crew members, and he retired a wealthy man. And evidently, he kind of recommended his nephew to take a position aboard Amwar, just as getting his feet in the water and to follow the family trade. And the Amwar went on a exploratory merchant cruise and disappeared, and has not been seen since late 1104. And they've sent out scouts looking for it. They've come back with nothing, but he is a major investor of Reidd-Valaasii, and he doesn't want to give up, and so they are sending you, hoping that you can get some better answers than the IISS did. And so that's where we'll leave off for this week.
Okay. How much did we make?
I'm sorry, what was that?
What did we make for that? How many credits?
So you're able to keep all of the equipment that was given you, which is actually a chunk of money.
Yeah, but there was no. I thought we were getting paid a good amount.
No, it was.
Okay.
Oh,
sorry, what was that?
I thought he offered us 200. I thought they offered us 200 grand.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. They did.
We dickered them. We had them raise it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we negotiated that.
That you
Up
are
from there.
You're correct. I do remember that. So yeah, you get 200,000 credits and all the equipment that you were given. That's right. You did negotiate that up.
Yeah.
So what does that work out to divided by 5? What's that?
Let's see.
40,000.
I will tell you as soon as I click on the right thing.
There are 5 of us.
I think there's 6 of you, isn't there? Yeah, there's 6 of you.
No, 6.
So everybody gets. I'll just type it in here. $33,333.
How does everybody feel about kicking a little extra of what we got so that he can get that upgrade for himself to work the robots better?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you could. If he wants to go neural jack, that would be a great boon. Because I'll give him a plus.
You need another 12 to get to the neural jack?
No, hold on. We have to do fucking math.
I know, that's where I'm at today. I'm like, ugh, math.
The rest of us is like a little 2,000 off or like 3,000 off of
These
ours, and you
guys
get a
was-
huge jump.
You said
Do we need
3 grand?
Do we need to also kick in for getting the ship maintenance?
You could do that too. Let's see here.
'Cause that has to be done monthly, right? Otherwise, you start running into penalties.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've got a long drive ahead of us.
How's the account looking that we have set up for the ship with the 10K that everybody kicked in, or how many people kicked in? 3.
Yeah.
I
Alright,
can
At
kick in.
27 because we had to spend 3 for a couple of jumps.
I can kick in now.
I'll kick in
I'm happy
another
to do that.
2.
I'm just shy of
'cause I couldn't-
43.
So a neural jack is 50K. So if you're
Next round.
if you're like 43, I mean, you're not. It's not that much. Of course, you'd
I mean,
be
the rest of us give you 1,500 a piece. You're good, or
You'd
like
be-
2,000 a piece or
you'd
whatever.
be broke, but yeah.
I don't want you to be broke. But we could go back through Glisten on our way. That would be a good place to take care of that.
That's sure.
Yeah, and we can. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could, if you wanted to go that route, you could jump back to Glisten and follow the expert route down to Pax Berlin. Because you've got a
Yeah,
J3
that's
ship.
possible. So what do we need to make your neurojack work? What sort of contribution do you want?
I think Takahashi just covered it.
I think you did.
Okay.
I appreciate it, Jeff.
All good, brother.
Sweet. All right, so at Glisten,
Right, so I got 10K from Gully, and did somebody else say they were going to give 10K?
Yeah, I did.
yeah, 10K.
Takahashi
Gully's
did.
10K to the ship account.
yeah. I'm doing 10K to the ship account as well because I couldn't contribute earlier. I was too broke.
Yep, I will too. Again.
All right, so. All right.
Put that off my finances.
All right. I got a little bit of cash left, and now I'll be able to start contributing more stuff.
So I'm gonna fast track you 1, 2, 3 to Glisten. So if you here, deducting from the ship's account. Calculate this. You have 1,500 for unrefined. So 4,500 for fuel. You're looking at 9,000 for life support.
No low berths to hose out.
Yeah, and you do need to do maintenance. The total comes to 19,545 credits.
Great question. How many jumps was that?
All right, so I'll drop it off.
That was 3 jumps, and so you get 3 weeks added to your study periods.
Okay.
But the life support and maintenance is monthly, so every 4 weeks. The ship was due for that, and the rest of it was fuel.
I would imagine I wouldn't get 3 weeks because I'm assuming I'm going under the knife.
Well, you're going to go under the knife at Glisten, which is a much higher tech level.
You
Okay.
pay a little extra for the slow drug,
Yeah.
and that makes your recovery really quick.
Yeah, you'll be out in like a day or 2. I think it was.
I mean,
I think it came out to like a day.
From your perspective, it takes just as long to heal.
Right? Yes, that's true. Yeah, it's like, oh my god, this took like 6 weeks. No, it took you less than 12 hours.
For the rest of us, it's very quick.
Slow drug. It's for the relatives, not for the patient.
Yeah, you're going to be in agony the entire time.
Oh, I'm sure they pump you full of non-opioid drugs that don't interact with the slow drug.
There's a lot that doesn't make sense with the whole principle in terms of if it's slowing your body down.
It doesn't sound like a drug. It sounds more like a temporal rift.
Right.
Around.
It's hand wavium. It's okay.
Yeah.
So we will pick that up next week with you guys in Glisten and Ronnie going under the knife to get a neural jack plugged in, and then we will make our way space south, rimward, towards Pax Rulin. You guys are going to, this future search and rescue mission is going to have you dip a little bit into the Trojan Reach, and you guys get, if you haven't played in the Trojan Reach, you guys can see what a shithole the Outrim Void really is. Because it is a fucking dump. Compared to, Glisten. Compared to, I mean, you guys are on the frontier, and this is really nice compared to the Outrim Void. So, we will pick that up next week at 6 o'clock on Friday night.
Thanks, everybody.
Right.
See you next week.
Thanks,
All right.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye, all.
Thanks so
Take
much.
care, all.
Take care.
Yep, have a good night, guys.
Bye-bye.